Hello students, now let us take into account the second type of pollution, very important one, that is polluting the water bodies, that is giving undesirable amount of pollutant, adding it to the water body which changes its actual composition. So that is known as water pollution. Any water body, it could be a pond, it could be a river, it could be an ocean, we are deteriorating their composition day by day. So we need to see that what is water pollution, what are its sources and what are the types of pollutants which could be added to water and how water pollution occurs. So first of all, we need to know that what are the sources of water pollution. We have a classification for that as well. The broader one is that there are two types of sources. One is a point source which can be checked and could be seen. For example, if I'm talking about a point source, it is a specific channel that is adding sewage to the river. So there could be a check that could be put over that point. So that is a small area from where the water body is getting polluted, that is known as a point source. Then there is another source, that is non-point source. It covers a large area. It cannot be checked easily. For example, you have agricultural pollution of water that takes place. So you cannot identify it as a point source, as in the case of the particular point from where the sewage of entire city is being added, that would act as a point source. And agricultural waste, that is agricultural water pollution, that takes from it is taking place within every field that is getting to the stream. So you cannot put a check over it. Such sources are known as non-point sources. Now coming forward, we have types of pollutants of water, that if the water pollution is taking either from the point source or the non-point source, it must be adding some sort of pollutant into the water body. So those pollutants are of three types. First one is a biological pollutant. You see, a fresh water will have actual quantity, whatever is required of the biological content would also be under control, the chemical content would also be under control, so that it is fit for consumption or it is fit for its ecological sustenance as a water body. But whenever we change its composition at the biological level, the chemical components are changed, or its physical entity, because we considered in the first understanding of ecosystems that water body itself is an ecosystem, and ecosystem is a physical and conceptual level of understanding. So we can bring the pollutants in physical category as well. We are going to see one by one that what are these types of pollutants. Supposedly a water body is having an X amount of bacteria which are required for ecological sustenance of that particular water body, and by some means that bacteria number is getting increased. That means you are changing the living components of the water body. For example, it is having few pathogens, then also the water body is pollutant. You cannot consume water that is having lot of biological pollutants. For instance, it is having viruses, it is having pathogens, bacteria. It will lead to communicable diseases. So there is a class of pollutants known as biological pollutants. What are those pollutants? They would be pathogens basically, which are going to deteriorate the quality of water for consumption by other organisms. So that is pathogens. Next is chemical composition of the water body would be changed. Why we are talking specifically about the biological composition and chemical composition of water? Because it is to be consumed by the organisms, and you might have heard the term water is essence of life, because every organism has to depend on water for some or other activity. Water is universal solvent, so you cannot do with a polluted water being taken by any living organism. It is going to die, or the particular ecosystem which is dependent on that water body would perish in some time. So the biological pollutants also need to be checked and controlled. So they are pathogens. They can be checked and controlled by using various medicines and making sure that they don't get added to it. Now a question might come in the mind that how does the ecosystem otherwise controls the biological pollutants which can come to the water body naturally. So ecosystem is working hand in hand. Various organisms would be working hand in hand so that the check could be maintained on the quantity, actual quantity that should be maintained within the water ecosystem. Whenever that quantity increases even by a single point, then that would be known as a pollutant. Now next is chemical pollutants. You know, whenever water is rich in nitrates and phosphates, it is going to support more and more life. you will get to understand the sentence that I am speaking now, that how it is going to influence the water composition, because it also affects the ecosystem viability of the particular water body. So the chemicals which are getting added into the water body and making it unfit for the use by the organisms are classified under chemical pollutants. Not just nitrates and phosphates, there are heavy metals which also come and add into the water body, and other poisonous chemicals. If by chance the water body has been connected with industrial exhaust, it is going to have lot of chemical pollutants inside it. And the third one is physical, which is quite surprisingly the oil spills. They are deteriorating the water condition or the water ecosystem or the water composition, physical or chemical or biological, by bringing changes in the physical ecosystem. So we have oil spills, otherwise we have eutrophication, we have biological magnification, which are studied under physical water pollution, but they are not actually pollutants. These are results of physical pollutants, and this main one is hot temperature. Okay, supposedly some heated pollutant is being added to the water, it would lead to physical pollution. It would act as physical pollutant. So main is oil spills and hot temperature. These are the physical pollutants. So we get to understand that how many types of water pollutants are present. One is biological, second is chemical, and third is physical. Biological would be the pathogens like viruses and bacteria, which would not be required in water for making it unfit for the use. Chemical pollutants are numerous, you can see. Whatever chemical which is not required, which would act as poisonous to some or other organism which is dependent on the water body, would be termed as a chemical pollutant. And physical pollutant would be oil spills, which just cut the oxygen supply to the water body, and all the organisms which are living inside that water body have to perish because of that. Eutrophication is the natural death of the water body. That means soon it would be replaced by vegetation and a terrestrial ecosystem. Biological magnification is increase in the chemical pollutants one by one, step by step in the food chain. And hot temperature, of course, it changes the temperature of water body, and we saw that how important temperature was for sustenance of organisms, because everything is enzyme dependent, and we know how much tantrums enzymes have for maintaining a particular temperature. So these are the types of pollutants of water. Now we are going to discuss in detail eutrophication and biological magnification, because these are the two new terms that you have come across. So we would see what are these two terms basically and what they have to do with the water pollution.